our beloved series, our Men's Appreciation series, and we are sharing a personal story of a client. His name is Henry. We've spoke about Henry a few times on the pod. He is the client that had struggled with erectile dysfunction, and he shared more of his story with us, and it's so heartwarming and touching that he opened up enough and was vulnerable enough to share with us, and we want to bring it to you guys with his permission, of course.
The first opportunity came up and I couldn't perform at all because I was extremely scared and nervous. Of course, the girl I was with got very mad and upset, and I was humiliated and traumatized. Let me just pause there for a second, because ladies, that is one of the worst reactions you can have to any sexual awkwardness. Because if the roles were reversed and we do something awkward or silly or clumsy, the last thing we want is someone to humiliate us, get mad at us, be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And that kind of vibe. I hate that shit. And you cause lifelong trauma. Because I realized that everyone around me, friends, siblings, even my wife before she met me, has had some sort of sexual experience. And I never did. I've tried to get all kinds of help, from doctors to therapists to sex experts, and not a single one was able to help me. Not knowing what it feels like to be aroused by someone touching me, caressing me, or even sharing chemistry with me got me into one of the most depressing and negative spirals I've ever been through in my life.
It's sad.
Right? That's when I decided to think outside the box and decided to try something different. And that's when I reached out to you. I was thinking, I've tried everything else. What do I have to lose? And honestly, that was the best decision I've ever made. Oh, I get emotional with this stuff. From you giving me comfort about my privacy to an issue to actually going to Muse, that's when I first met, girl's name, Muse attendant, for the first time. I felt extremely shy, and as expected, nothing happened and it didn't function. However, something different did happen after I left. Usually I'd resort to porn right after a failed sexual experience, but that day, I didn't get the urge to get off to porn at all. Something felt different. Like my brain was telling me that maybe there's something to having a real sexual experience. And since then, I've been working on rewiring my brain and nervous system to avoid porn for sexual pleasure and to train it to want the real thing.